Hello, hello. Sorry I'm running like a minute or two behind. Thought I had more than enough time and it got away from me. Of course, that's how that happens. I'm getting everything all ready to go. If you are stopping by, drop a quick comment just to say hello. I'm gonna make this a little more centered. That looks better. At least I think it does. If y'all are here, drop a quick comment, say hello. I'm gonna get ready in just, or we're gonna get started. I'm getting ready right now, but when I actually get started, it's gonna be like a minute or so from now. And we're gonna be making this super colorful, summery surf card tonight using some products from Pretty Pink Posh. We're having an awesome collaboration week going on, and the paper education team has just been doing such an amazing job coming up with a bunch of projects to inspire you guys how to use both the ThermOWeb products along with the Pretty Pink Posh products together as one. Really fantastic stuff going on. If you guys haven't been over to the blog, please be certain to go over there and check it out. And we'll get started in just a minute. Oh, there it is. I forgot where I put the second part to my stencil. We are all good to go. Hope everyone's having a wonderful night. Excuse me. Hello, Lisa. Thanks so much for stopping by. And Susie, hello. And hello, Julia. Thank y'all for being here. I'm seeing comments coming up on my phone, probably a good 10-15 seconds before they're coming across my iPad. So, as always, gotta love technology. There's naturally just gonna be a delay with tonight. We'll get through it though. I promise I'm here to answer your questions. And you know what? Let's get into some crafting. So, hello everyone, Justin here. Super excited to be here with you guys tonight. For those of you who have caught my lives previously, you may notice it sound a little bit congested, getting over a little bit of being sick, but all is well here. I've been to work every day this week, so I'm fine. But we're just getting into some fun crafting for our Pretty Pink Posh collaboration week. As I had already discussed, we are going to be recreating this foiled surfing card, which is just perfect for anyone who loves the beach, if you have any friends or family who are into surfing, or just anyone who loves summer colors. So with me just getting over being sick, I apologize. I am going to be taking more water breaks tonight than what I'm used to. So I will get through it, I promise. But let's get into it. So what we're going to do first for this card, which is really important, is we're going to make our background. And I blended this up using some Oxide inks. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it. And this is using, the background is with the layered surfboard stencil set. So let's get into that. Excuse me. All right, so this is a 2-piece stencil, and I did cut a piece of blending cardstock, which is gonna make your Distress Oxide inks blend like a dream. So we're gonna get into a little bit of that. And then everyone who's stopping by, make sure to stick around towards the end. We do have a really special giveaway planned for tonight, so you wanna stick around for that. It's gonna be really awesome. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna do ink blending first, then we're gonna do some Deco foiled transfer gel Blanco second, and we're just gonna focus on just the background right now. So I have 3 colors of Distress Oxides planned. We're gonna use Squeezed Lemonade, Dried Marigold, and Kitsch Flamingo. Just like that, and we're gonna do them in that order, so it's yellow, orange, pink. So let's get into the blending. All right, so we're gonna do some Squeezed Lemonade. Just getting a nice layer, making sure it's nice and solid, kind of leaving the ends a little blurry so they'll blend really nicely into the next color to get that ombre effect going. All right. This will do dried marigold. All right. We're just gonna go in blending about the second third of the card, the middle third as I would call it. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go back in with that squeezed lemonade blender and just kind of blend this transition space. And this is gonna help me get that really nice blend from the squeezed lemonade to the dried marigold. All right. Next is some Kitsch Flamingo. We're gonna rotate. For a second I panicked and I thought I went too dark, but we are good. All right. Oh, but I did use the wrong blending tool for that. That's okay. So we're gonna go in with that dried marigold. All right, actually I'm gonna do a little bit more of this dried marigold. Squeeze lemonade, blend it in. Perfect. All right. Got a really nice summery ombre going. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go into our stenciling. So I'm just gonna flip my panel like that. And I'm going to take the first part of my surfboard stencil. Of course, this is the layered surfboard stencil set by Pretty Pink Posh. It is a 2-part stencil set. And if you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing along the way, just let me know. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna put a little bit of tape on the back. There's a little bit of Pixie Tape, just to hold it in place. And you know what, we're gonna switch really quickly and we're gonna use my Make Art Station, just because I had it all situated and this would be a good time to break into it. So let's go ahead, get this laid down. Perfect. And put this into position. That looks pretty good. I can tack this down with my magnets and then get into some blending. All right, we'll start with the yellows. We're gonna start with some Fossilized Amber. So we're gonna do that, dab off the excess, and then just kind of go in where the yellow surfboards are. All right, we got the yellow portion done. If you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing, just drop a comment. I will get to it as soon as I can, I promise. Next, we're gonna move on to some carved pumpkin. My carved pumpkin pad is always just a little bit more saturated than my other inks. So I try to be mindful of that. Now I'm trying to be very careful when I'm blending because I don't want to go a lot into the other sections, but if I do, the Oxide inks are really forgiving for blending, so I can just really easily go in like with my Fossilized Amber pad and really quickly just kind of blend the bottoms out, and it kind of eliminates any of that orange. It's still very slightly there, but never enough that it would be an issue. All right. Perfect, and then we're gonna move on to our final color, which is Picked Raspberry. You guys hear a little bit of groaning, that's my laminator. It's a little noisy. but it works just fine. One thing that's important when you're blending over stencils is make sure that whatever you're blending with is not overly saturated with ink, because it's very easy for that ink to end up under the stencil and kind of smudging a little bit. You don't want that, so you want those clean, crisp stencil lines. All right. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna take note of that my stencil corner went like right there. That's gonna help me line up my next layer. So we're gonna remove it. And we've got a really nice surfboard pattern going on. I am loving this. All right, let's go ahead and put our next layer of our stencil on. So this goes like right there-ish, but I wanna make sure it's all lined up. And you might see a little bit of my head go into the camera space, and that's okay. I just wanna make sure everything is about lined up as it possibly can be. And we're just gonna go in to give my Stencil Pal as much room as possible, but I am gonna take this piece of Pixie Tape just to hold it in place, and we should be good to go. So I have a brand new jar of Transfer Gel Blanco. I'm gonna be using this to apply over my stencil. I've already got a piece ready to go after this, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I love the Transfer Gel Blanco so much. You get such a nice clean dry with it. It gets those really nice crisp edges. Let's see, you know what? I can probably use what's on the cap. Let's see, can I get that off first? And then let's do the part that, yep, just like that. Perfect. All right, we're gonna start with that. If I need more, I can always add more, but honestly, a little goes a very, very long way. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Stencil Pal, and yep, got enough space. Kind of got to move those magnets around if this is what you're using, just because they do kind of get in the way, so just be mindful. Make sure. I think we're just about good. There's a little right there. All right. I'm gonna go ahead, clean this off, and grab a baby wipe really quickly. Actually, I'm kind of doing this out of order, but that's okay. All right. We're gonna do a peel reveal. So let's go ahead. Gorgeous. All right. So that panel is all ready to dry. Super easy. We've been doing this live for about 15 minutes. We already have a background that is ready to dry, and then it'll be ready for foiling. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna use, I've got a little bit of an area right here that I can use tweezers with, and I'll show you guys a little closer. Just a really nice application for that second layer for these surfboards. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that off to the side to dry. Now, of course, never the fun part of crafting. I do have a little bit of cleanup that I wanna do just before we move on to the next step, so it'll clear off my workspace a little bit. So I have baby wipes on my desk, so this is gonna work really well. So I'm just kind of cleaning my stencil. And then I'm gonna take this and just plop it down there for a second. I also have a bag with some Windex in it as well. So I'm gonna just show it to you really quick. And this is gonna help me because I can't clean my stencil off immediately. So I'm gonna pop it in the bag and swish around that Windex a little bit. And that's gonna make sure that I can clean my stencil off later. It's gonna not really allow my Blanco to dry and be able to get a real nice clean with it. All right, perfect. And I will just clean this. So let's go ahead, put all my magnets off to the side. I'm gonna take my Stencil Pal and just kind of scrape up my workstation. All right, and one more baby wipe, and I think I'll be good to use that to clean. Oh, it's just a little messy. It's okay though. If you guys have any questions thus far, let me know. We're gonna get into a little bit of laminating next. Not really laminating, but using the laminator. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, wipe that off. And then I'm gonna wipe this. Always a mess, isn't there? All right, next, what I do have ready is I have a already dry panel that's already had the Deco Foil Blanco transfer gel applied to it, so we can use this and let this go through with the heat transfer method. So let's go ahead and get this ready. So I have one of my craft carrier sheets ready to go. Right here, a little sandwich. Here's the carrier sheet. I have a piece of cardstock just to help keep everything nice and firm. I'm gonna go in, this is the Deco Foil in the Summer Rainbow color. So we're gonna be using that for the surfboards. It's gonna give you a really, really nice sunset sort of color palette to work with, which is why I chose the colors I did for the surfboards themselves. Let's see, let's go in and I don't really have to wipe off the back because we're not using any sort of toner sheet. All right, I got my rotary trimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Save that for later. And then let's go ahead, make sure this is nice and even, looks like it. Put that in my sandwich. Just like that. Perfect. Grabbing my laminator so I can do a heat transfer method with y'all. All right. Have it go through. Now, while that is running through, I'm going to really quickly roll up my excess foil and put it away. All right. Make sure we get a good peel reveal. already looks pretty good to me. So we're gonna go ahead, begin to pull this back. Super pretty. Oh, I love that. Show it to you guys a little more up close so you can really see all that shine. Just a really nice application of that summer sunset, or summer rainbow deco foil, giving those sunset vibes onto these surfboards. And it really plays off of all the different colors that you're gonna go ahead and see in this card. So I'm trying to get all angles so you guys can see all the reflections. So there you go. Super, super pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to turn off my laminator so it stops making its noise. There we go. And now we can focus onto the part of the card where we can just start putting everything together. So I have my card off to the side as reference, and I have a couple bits that I have all cut out. So I do have the sentiment of Happy Summer that I had heat embossed in white embossing powder and fussy cut out. And then we're also going to be laying out a couple of the surfboards as well. I've got this really fun polka dot surfboard from the Summer Surfboard stamp set. I've got the striped one. And then I've got this other one that's got kind of like palm leaf fronds on it, as I would call it maybe. I don't know the particular name of the leaf, but they're very pretty tropical leaves. And I colored these all in the same palette that my card is in. But it's a little bit more of a vibrant coloring, so I think it works really well. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I am going to try a new method with you guys tonight. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I want to use I have this little grid that I'm going to use to try to make sure everything is spaced accordingly. But I just need to grab my pixie dots because I had an idea and I think it's going to work quite well. So I'm going to do, I have a thought. We're going to see how it goes. I hope it goes well. Because pixie dots are really great for when it comes to like staging. So I want to put this surfboard kind of in the middle center of my card. Kind of like that. Okay. And then what I want to do elsewise is I'm going to take 2 more of these pixie dots. And I'm going to do one, and I'm hoping, don't fail me now. I'm going to put one on the polka dot one, and I want to make sure everything is just nice and spaced accordingly. I know it's a little risky to put an adhesive on top of a colored surface, but you know what? If they rip or something and I'm not right, I could just cover them with sequins and they will work just fine. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is start lining these up. So I'm going to go ahead that, and I can see that they're just about lined up, and I can see how much space is between them. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with this one as well. Yeah, that's a little too far. Oh, my poor hands are a mess. And I'm just doing this to make sure everything is nice and spaced accordingly. If you guys have pixie dots in your stash, this is a good way to use them. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next is I've got this flipped over. I've got some of my iCraft 3D foam, and I'm going to go ahead, and this is the 1/16 inch. More. I'm almost at the very end of my roll. Super excited. All right, and I'm sorry if I didn't get any comments. I just saw that something came up on my phone about comments. Let me see, You know, you're probably right. Can we buy the grid? You know, I will link the grid later. I'm seeing all the comments come in now. The grid is from Inkblot Shop, though. Yep, now I'm seeing. There we go. And Jilly, there is a list of supplies over on the ThermOWeb website on the blog. And I have something already. I'm so sorry, everyone. All the comments just came over, so I apologize for the delay. I got all of them at once. I'm not used to having to actively refresh them like that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the backings off for each of these surfboards. And I know this is a little extra work, but for those of us who want to make sure that we're lining things up and things aren't like going to be wonky, I think this is a really great way to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead, line this up as best as I can, push it down. Y'all, that's pretty nifty. And I've got a nice clean line. Even my little pixie dots got onto my grid so I can clean those off later. And then I just got to do my sentiment. So I'm just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Thank you so much for sharing the link, Julia. I thought it would be a really good way to use the pixie dots with something new that you can kind of use it for a little bit of an alignment purpose. Use them for staging your card, not necessarily to use as like an adhesive for the final product, even if that's what you want to do. That would be fantastic. All right. And one more little bit. Perfect. Remove the backings. Yeah. Phooey. There we go. All right, let's go ahead. We'll get this all nice and laid out. Just like that. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this on a card front, or not card front. We're gonna put it on a pre-made card base. That's the word I'm looking for. We're gonna use some Ultra Bond liquid adhesive. My very, very well-loved bottle that is reaching the end of its life. All right. All right, and let's do a couple embellishments as well. So I'm just gonna do like 6. Not that one. All right. Do another one down there. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, Jilly asked about if you must use Distress Oxide inkers. That is my preference. For me, it's a preference. You can use whatever inks you want. And I'm so sorry, Jilly. I didn't see your question. I don't know why my comments are coming by so strangely tonight. And it's making me a little frustrated because I want to make sure that I'm addressing my questions as soon as they come in. But back to the question. No, use whatever inks you want. My recommendation, Jilly, is if you're going to use inks other than oxides, or really just a key for any inks, make sure that your base coat of inks, what you're doing for the main background before the surfboard blending, make sure it is lighter than what the surfboard colors are going to be, because you're going to want those surfboards to pick up when you ink over it. So any inks you want, you can use Distress Oxide inks, Distress inks. There's so many other inks out there. I'm a big Catherine Pooler fan as well. She has amazing inks. Whatever your preference is, go ahead and use it. You're going to get a fantastic look regardless. All right, let's go ahead. All right. I'm going to have my iPad after this. I'm going to check to see if maybe there's a Facebook update, which is why I'm getting delayed comments. You know what? I will admit, though, I'm glad that it's not something like you guys can't hear me or something, or it's a video issue. I mean, of course, I want to be able to interact with y'all, but so I guess I'm just going to count my blessings in terms of it could always be worse. But I'm going to look into maybe my iPad just needs to be updated. All right, and we are all done, y'all. So, great. And then, okay, I know I'm missing a couple comments again, so I'm just kind of going back and refreshing. Let's see. Julie, well, I'm signing in Inkbox Shop for the grid. It's a good grid. It's an A2 size card grid. It works really nicely. And then I can just kind of see, just kind of pull them right off. And I'm sure I can clean it up a little nicer too. What is that pen thingy? It is just like an embellishment tool. I believe I got this one from Doodles Paper Playground, which has an Etsy store. And what it is it just has a nice wax tip for picking up and putting down embellishments. And then the other end is nice to just kind of hold your embellishments down. Susie, that looks awesome. Just learned how to use these products. Hey, I'm so glad you're watching. We have a lot of fun tips going on here in the craft group. And when you make something, Susie, go ahead and share it here. We love seeing what you guys are making. So, all right. So, as you can see, we've got our card all finished. And, okay, I'm also pretty happy because this is a pretty good replication. I think I did pretty darn good. This might be, like, the most on-point one to date. I don't know. But I'm pleased. So, as a recap, and before we get into our super awesome giveaway for y'all who are with us tonight, products that we used tonight. So for ThermOWeb, we used the Transfer Gel Blanco on the background, and then we transferred on the Summer Rainbow Deco Foil. To assist with when I was doing my, I apologize, when I was putting the paste on, I used my Stencil Pal, and I also used the Pixie Tape as well. Then for positioning, I did use some pixie dots to help get the surfboards into place, and I used some iCraft 3D foam tape white, the 1/16 inch as well. For Pretty Pink Posh products that were used, we did use the summer surfboard stamp set. That's where these surfboards came from and our sentiment. And then for the background, I did use the layered surfboard stencil set, which is a 2-piece stencil set. I love 2-piece stencil sets when it comes to using foil and glitch gels and flocking. It's so much fun to get those details on those stencils because with the layered effect. So thank you guys all so much for being here. Let's see, a couple comments. Yep. Okay, so Julia's got the information for the Inkblot shop. Fantastic website for the grid. Same as alignment guides. I think Juliet might be an alignment guide is the technical name of it. And then, yeah, so I think, Julia, I am all good to go. So if you want to go ahead and start generating who our winner is tonight, I'm going to tell you guys what you're going to win. So Julia is going to go off camera and she's not on the camera, she's behind the scenes, but she's going to go ahead and she's going to pick a winner for tonight's live. And we are going to be sending our winner a prize pack. So what our winner is going to be receiving is most of the products that I've used tonight. So you're going to be getting a jar of your own Transfer Gel Blanco. You're going to be getting your own roll of Pixie Tape. You're also going to get a pack of Stencil Pals. So this is the Stencil Pal. I could show you each one. I didn't yet. You're also going to get some Summer Rainbow Deco foil, which is the foil that I use to create my card. And you're also going to choose from the website any additional foil of choice. So any color foil you want from the website, you're going to be able to add that on, and that's what our winner is going to get. So let's go ahead. I think Julia may have pulled a winner. Let me see really quickly. I'm waiting for comments to come in. All right. Can Patricia? No. Okay. So let's catch up on comments really quickly. Can the Deco foil stick to other items other than cards? So, I mean, if you're using for paper crafting, anything that I think any sort of paper crafting I've done with the Blanco, like I've done tags, you could do bookmarks, you could do gift bags. I know that works really well for the Deco foil products. When you're getting beyond paper items, that's not really my expertise. But I'm sure that there are ways that you can use Deco foil products outside of just paper crafting. I would maybe look on the blog for some inspiration. I know that our fabric team has some great inspiration. I don't know if their projects are including the foils or not, but you may find some ideas on there that might lead you to what you're looking for. And then, yay, Jilly. Jilly, you are tonight's winner. So, oh my gosh, congratulations. So, Jilly, you're going to win our prize pack, and I have some simple instructions just to make sure that we can get you your prize. After tonight's live or whenever after we log off, go to my Facebook profile just by clicking the Justin Adkins icon, and I'm just going to need you to message me some information. I'm going to need your name, I'm going to need your address, including your email, and then I'm also going to need the one foil from the website that you wanted to use as well. And I will get everything sent over to Julia, and we'll get it ordered for you. And yeah, so all you got to do is just send me a Facebook message, and I'll be happy to help. And then I just want to make sure I'm getting questions answered appropriately. So the foil itself, I'm not sure I've had a chance to use either. And I apologize, Patricia. I don't know if I'm following fully, so I apologize if my answers aren't helping you the way that you're looking for. But if you're asking if you can use Deco foil products outside of just cards, I'm going to, of course, say yes, because I know that you can use them for certain on other paper products. If it's not a paper product that you're looking for, that sort of a crafting, I wouldn't be the best to answer that. But I know that our paper team has done some really cool scrapbook layouts, tags, bookmarks, gift wrap items, things of that nature. So I hope that helps. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. And I want to make sure I'm getting comments once again. I do apologize that my comments are slow to come in. I have been having to refresh my page to get it to come in. So, all right. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. And I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I had a fantastic time during tonight's Facebook Live. Jilly, congratulations once again for being our winner. Be certain to get a Facebook message over to me when you get the chance of letting me know what you want me to submit for your foil, and we'll get that all squared away for you. And I hope that you guys are having a lot of fun with this week's Pretty Pink Posh collaboration week. I know that the paper education team loves when we do these collaborations because it really gives us a fun chance to explore with what different companies are out there and merge the Deco foil products with the products that the other companies offer. And it's a really fun chance to highlight some of the most fantastic companies that are in the industry and just have fun with their products. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. I hope you had a fantastic time. I'm going to go ahead and stick around for about a minute or so longer, and I will answer any questions that may come in. But thank y'all so much for being here, and I will be back. I know that I don't know the specific date, but I know in the month of July, I know there's at least one live planned, but we've got some stuff coming up that there may even be 2 going on. So you're going to be getting some more lives coming next month, and always fun, exciting things going on with ThermOWeb. I can't say anything specifically, but I just know you guys are always going to be excited. So thank you all so much for being here. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next live, and thanks again. Have a great rest of your evening.